Hello, thanks for joining us here on 13 News at noon on this Thursday. I'm Dustin Grove, and we start with new details on that police chase this morning that ended with a crash on the south side. Take a look. It happened around 8 o'clock. As police followed that stolen pickup truck right there, they reached some pretty high speeds along Kentucky Avenue between I-465 and South High School Road. And then that truck eventually crashed and shut down several lanes of Kentucky Avenue for most of the morning. There's a look at Kentucky Avenue earlier today and the scene of that crash. We can tell you all lanes are now back open. Thankfully, no reports of anybody hurt, incredibly, and we are still working to learn more, and as soon as we do, we'll pass along that to you. Also on the south side, this morning, Metro Police are investigating a shooting that left a man injured. It happened around 8:15. This is on Lacey Court near East Stop 11 Road in South Sherman. IMPD says the victim went to the hospital in critical condition. No information on what led to that shooting or a suspect just yet. We'll follow that story as well. And we're learning that a 19-year-old man was flown to a hospital here in Indy after a serious crash in Columbus, Indiana. Police say it happened around 11:30 yesterday morning along Indianapolis Road. That's where they found two trucks on their sides. The man was flown to Indy with a possible head injury. The driver of the other truck sustained just minor injuries, and that crash is still under investigation. Going to take a break from the headlines now and turn to weather. Meteorologist Sean Ash is here today. More, you said it, weather perfection.
Yeah,
we know it won't last.
Look, and listen, I'm biased to the cool side. I know some folks do not like this. So if you like muggier air, you're going to love this weekend.
Just wait. On the way.
You and I will be like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, turn on the air.
It had to come at some point here, but not today, man. It is a nice one. Starting to see some of those fair weather cumulus developing right on cue with all that sunshine that we have here. I mean, this is picture perfect stuff there in Miami County. Good afternoon. Bunker Hill looking great. Show you the view from Carmel at this hour. Just a few puffies. That's all we have right now, and it's being confirmed on visible satellite. We've got a north wind. It's going to be a little brisk. I mean, it's one of these situations when you're in the sun, it probably feels great. You're in the shade, it's going to feel a little cool today. 54 in Richmond, almost at 60 degrees this hour in Indy, and we're at 61 degrees in Bloomington. I mentioned that north wind, 15, possibly up to 20 miles per hour. We're keeping it dry, though, that's for sure. If you're heading to the track, enjoy it. Mostly sunny. We eventually peak near 70 degrees. The gates are going to be open until 6 p.m. After school forecast looks great. Your sunset's at 8:51. One more cool night. We have 40s again tomorrow morning, but we need to get you ready for a quick moving batch of showers, possibly some rumbles of thunder. It's going to be on the edge of that muggy air coming in for the weekend. I'll have that part of the forecast coming up here in a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, Sean. Thank you. Now to a big talker across Indianapolis and the greater metro area, budget cuts in our local schools. And now we're getting some clarity on upcoming staffing cuts at HSE, Hamilton Southeastern Schools. District leaders there are outlining plans not just to reduce jobs, but to rethink strategies, as they put it. Alex Almanza breaks it down.
A difficult budget conversation. HSE first said 18 K-6 teaching positions were being eliminated, but now the district says 6 of those teachers have been removed from the RIF list. That leaves 12 teachers still impacted.
This hasn't been something that we've taken lightly or that we just decided to do this year. We've been working, hoping that attrition would take care of some of the declines that we were seeing in enrollment.
District leaders say the main reason for the cuts is declining enrollment. HSE says enrollment dropped 4.1% over the last 3 years. The district says K-6 classroom reductions for next year match that same decline.
We don't intend to issue more notices for reduction in force. So where we are and where we're projecting for staffing is where we're going to be come the fall. And now we're just working through the process of making sure we've got everybody in the right places.
But the cuts go beyond teachers. HSE says more than 40 non-teaching positions are also being eliminated. The budget task force was asked to find at least $5 million in ongoing cuts. Tonight, HSC said the total impact could be more than $7 million.
This is not a turn the switch on, turn the switch off. This is a continuous process, analysis, refining recommendations, and probably the new norm for quite some time.
The Teachers Association says HSC had other options. In a written statement, HSCA President Tyler Zerby said the union proposed retirement buyouts, saying, quote, "We hope district leadership will continue to work collaboratively with the union to exhaust every possible alternative before resorting to rifts in the future, because teachers are not line items in a budget that can simply be cut." The district says it has taken other cost-saving steps. Those include department efficiencies, position absorption, contract negotiations, and salary hold decisions.
That was Alex Almanza reporting. Leaders say staffing details could still change, of course, before the school year starts. And the district is also launching a new finance webpage to make school funding easier for local families to understand. Changes are coming to when your student can use their phone at school. Starting next school year, there will be a cell phone ban in place from bell to bell, from the morning bell to the afternoon bell. That means from the start of the day until the time they go home. Governor Mike Braun signed that bill into law yesterday. It's not just cell phones that are banned either. It also includes smartwatch use, gaming devices, and tablets. While this is a statewide ban, the discretion is up to each individual school district, how they enforce it. Districts are allowed to do a total ban of devices or have students turn them off and put them away for the day. The ban also says if a device needs to be used as part of class, it needs to come from the school and not be a personal choice. Governor Braun says the recent rise in literary scores for 3rd and 4th graders was a major push for this ban. Now, there are some exceptions to this law, including if an emergency arises, like if a student has any medical needs or if they need to use that phone for medical reasons like diabetes or something like that. Governor Braun is also signing a new order aimed at helping kids in the foster care system. He's directing the Indiana Department of Child Services to save federal earned benefits for eligible youth. The order specifically protects survivor benefits for children in foster care whose parent has died. And instead of allowing the state to use those payments to help cover the cost of their care, the money would remain set aside for the children.
I think if we have real-time data on that and how we can better meet those young people's needs as they're transitioning into adulthood, I think it can go a long ways.
The governor also pointed to another foster care initiative earlier this year. It allows the state to expand parental leave benefits for state employees to include foster parents.